You go, girl. Woo! Go Norristown! That was our cheer.
I mean, that could qualify us for states, right?
I think so. I mean, it was pretty epic, you have to admit.
I mean, yeah. I'm like an expert cartwheeler.
And I'm an expert cheerer.
Actually, no, that was pretty rough.
I'm an expert cheerer.
All right. We'll let you have your little confidence booster.
Yeah, so this week we have an interview with Autumn and Deja.
Who are 2 of the 5 cheer captains.
Yes, for the cheer squad here, and they actually had a pretty big accomplishment. They made it to states, which is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go find out a little bit about
The competition cheer team and what they're all about and what they're going to do.
that's this week, and then next week you'll get to see their cheer routine.
Yep. So let's go check that interview.
Let's go.
Sup, E's? I'm Ben Detweiler here with Autumn and Deja, 2 of the 5 cheerleading captains here at the high school. So thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So you have some pretty exciting news. What is that news?
Well, this weekend we went to the district qualifier and we placed in the top 13 scores. So we're going off to states, which is located in Hershey.
It's pretty exciting. So what was the competition you were just at?
The district qualifier. So basically, to see who would go to states.
Okay, and where was it?
That was at William Tennant High School.
Who were some of the other schools that were there?
There's actually a lot of local teams. So Upper Merion was there, Methacton, PW, Springford, a lot of those area teams.
Bensalem, Villa, J. Maria. It was like a lot of Catholic schools also
Yeah.
there.
And so I know you said that you were in the top 13, but what specifically did you place? Do you know?
We placed 9th overall out of the 32 teams, and then in our specific division, we placed 2nd.
Okay, and I know you said states were in Hershey.
Yes.
When are they?
The 24th and 25th of January this month. Pretty soon.
Yeah. So who's all going to be there?
Out of our area, it's going to be Methacton, Upper Merion, PW, Pope John Paul. I think that's pretty much it as far as local teams.
What about from the school here? Do you have like a way of figuring out who's going to go from your cheer squad, or is it everybody? Or
It's going to be our competition
Yeah.
team. So that's 14 out of the 20 people that are on the regular season team.
how is it decided that you're on the competition team or the regular team? Or
Basically, it's just personal decision. If you want to be on the competition team, you try out, and then that's how you figure it out.
how does the judging system work at these competitions?
Okay, so the judging system works that you have basically a score sheet and there's a panel of judges, and then there's a breakdown on that score sheet as far as techniques, crowd appeal, execution, difficulty, and then you have the jumps, the
Dance.
tumbling, dance, cheer, all that, and then you have your deductions. So that's how that works.
What are some of those deductions?
There's actually a lot of weird ones.
Like this past weekend, we got deducted about 3 points for going overtime. Your routine is only supposed to be 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but apparently ours went over that time, so we
Yeah.
got docked some points.
And then some more silly things, if you have like any jewelry, if your bow falls out, that's a points off.
Any sign throwing, stepping on signs.
Anything like that.
Yeah.
If you do flips off the mat, if you stunt off the mat,
Touchdown.
if you do a flip and fall, if the girl falls, like it's a lot of stuff.
It sounds pretty intense. Do you know what your overall score was?
We scored a 201.
201 out of what?
It's scored through different categories. So you have an overall score and then how many points you got out of that score. So if it's out of 10, you get a 6. If it's out of 5, you get a 3.5, and then it basically just adds up to that.
Okay, and what was the total amount of points that you could have possibly earned?
It was a total of 3 judges.
3 judges, so it was probably about 800, give or take. So that's how that will work out.
Okay, and how long did you have to practice to prepare for this?
Well, we started a while back, but it's kind of hard. We had a little bit of a setback with all the snow days, so we weren't really sure if we were going to be prepared for this. And
How did you make up for the snow days? Did you maybe extend practice or?
Yeah, we had a lot of long extended practice after games. We practiced late hours. We practice cram time, basically, anywhere we can get practice time.
How long are your practices usually?
usually they're 2 hours, but we had a couple long practices over the break to try to make up for the snow days that we had.
So what did your routine this year consist of?
We actually have a really good routine. We have a lot of difficulty in it, so we have a lot of stunts and tumbling passes that other teams might not have.
What are stunts and tumbling passes?
Well, stunts are when you have 3 people who lift one person up. That's the flyer. And this year, like she said, we have a lot of difficulty. Like this year, we've been trying, for the past 4 years that I've been here, we've been trying to get full ups forever now. And now it's my senior year, and we just got them this season.
What are full ups?
It's you take the girl from the bottom and you spin her, and instead of like letting her spin up and coming back down, you stop her at the top.
Yeah, which a lot of teams don't have. So that was a big accomplishment when I was watching other teams too, because we had something that a lot of other teams didn't have, which kind of made us stand out compared to those other teams.
Is there anything else that made you stand out?
We definitely had a high energy. We had a lot of
Yeah.
energy, which definitely helped in our execution. So that gave us more points in that category. We did have great energy and
Yeah, a lot
crowd
of-
appeal.
Yeah, crowd. a
So
lot
for
of crowd action.
execution, you just get points for doing your routine?
Yeah, like
Basically.
smiling, sass,
I
Ooh.
mean, anybody can go out on the floor and just do what their coaches taught them, but it's more of a, how are you presenting it? How are you getting the crowd involved? Are they enjoying it? Or are they just kind of watching it because you're on the floor? So that's basically where those points come in.
How do you plan on preparing for states?
We have a lot of more long, hard hour practice. We have our coach already texted us, we have a practice on Martin Luther King Day from 9 to 1, 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon already.
Sounds like a big commitment.
It is. It really is.
Time consuming.
With midterms coming up, how do you plan on studying for midterms and preparing for states at the same time?
This is definitely going to be a struggle, but we have a lot of committed girls on our team who they do work hard to get their grades up and with all the practices. So I think we're fully capable of being able to fit those practices in and still be able to study for our midterms.
What do you expect states to be like?
It's going to be a change for us. We have a lot, we have some new girls on our team who this was their first time seeing the mat ever. So it's going to be like, okay, this was a lot, and states is going to be even more. It's going to be exciting for all of us.
Very overwhelming.
What is going to be at states that's different from districts?
So basically at districts you perform one time and then you get scored on that alone. When we go to states, Friday night we're going to have prelims, so everybody's going to perform. And then out of that, they're going to take the top 25% of the scores and they're going to move straight to finals. And then the next 25% are going to go to semifinals. And then out of semifinals, one team will move on to finals. And semifinals and finals will be Saturday.
Okay,
That's gonna be
and
different.
after states, what's next?
Basically, it's just states. That's the end.
That's
but
it? Oh.
yeah, it's gonna be sad. But we still have a lot more competitions coming up this season. Our season just started, so.
So if this is districts and states and that's it, what other competitions are there?
There's local competitions. Like this Saturday, we'll be competing at Plymouth White Marsh. They always hold an annual competition. So this Saturday, we'll be competing there. So it's like a lot of local ones that's around that we attend.
And then later in February, we have the Suburban One competition, which will be all the teams in our league. So like the normal teams that the basketball, the football teams go against are all going to meet. And that's also going to be held at Plymouth White Marsh. And then we'll battle it out there.
Ooh. Do you have the same routine that you use for all these competitions, or do you kind of switch it up every week?
Sometimes, mainly it's the same routine, but we might switch up a stunt here or there, or change around a pyramid, or change a tumbling pass, but it's never serious changes.
Okay, and how do you think you will place back at states?
Honestly, I'm hoping for the best. I have confidence in my team. I'm really proud of how we performed on Saturday. We really shocked everyone, you know. They were
Shocked
buzzing.
ourselves.
They were buzzing at the competition. It was a great moment, especially seeing where we came from.
Who was buzzing at the competition?
A lot of the teams, they were saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, did you see Norristown? They came out real strong."
We
you
were
know,
the talk of the comp that
we
day.
were the talk of the comp.
Well, I mean, we are Norristown. We
Yeah,
are the talk
we
of everything.
gotta represent.
Yes, you know it. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'm really excited. We had a lot of support on the social media networks. The school was really supportive of us going to states. We got a lot of good looks, and then even after we made states, everybody was posting like, "So proud of Norristown," you know, town cheer. It made us feel good to have
Yeah.
the support of the school, not only just our team and our parents, but the school support. That really just
Yeah,
so
that was like really appreciated by us because it's like people always downgrade us like cheerleading isn't a sport, but it was like to show all that support, it actually made us feel good, like we're appreciated.
And what are your feelings on cheerleading as a sport? How do you think of people that don't think that it is?
I don't like that at all. I think we are very much a sport. We work just as hard as anybody else, and it's like you guys aren't in that practice room with us, watching us sweat and drop stunts and to rebuild ourselves. So it's like, who are you to say that we're not a sport? We work just as hard as you.
I
And-
completely agree.
And Autumn, I know you had said we're talking about social media and how people are really reaching out to you. How can someone find out about how you did?
So we do have a Twitter page at Town Cheer. So we have that, and then with everybody using the hashtag Town Cheer, you can follow it that way. And then we also have videos on YouTube that people can view our routines. So we have that both ways. But we're definitely going to be keeping up on the Twitter, and we hope everybody can keep up with us.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much
I think
it.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, I'm Ben Detweiler, and I just talked with Autumn and Deja, 2 of the 5 cheer captains for the cheer team here at the high school. Now back to the Eagles Eye.